We're live. Welcome to the Hang.
Hi, Mike.
It's been a minute, Matt.
It has been. We have, we were off last week, or I was off.
How was your little vacation?
Oh, it's great.
Was it great? Was
Oh,
it great?
so
it was
yeah.
awesome? It was
So
awesome?
great, yeah. Yeah.
All right. We'll leave it at that then.
No, it was fun. we just went to Orlando,
For a week?
Yeah, like 4 or 5 days.
Where are you staying?
The Wyndham Bonnet Creek up there.
How's that?
I love
Is
it.
it nice?
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Triple Edge Sword. Subscribe for 47 months.
Whoa.
It's dedication. Thank you very much, Triple Edge Sword. What's up, VW Rick? From Northern Michigan. We're nationwide, buddy. We're
Yes,
nationwide. We're
oh,
nationwide.
Have you looked at the stats on like our, that link I sent you? You probably have not looked at the stats, but you can see.
I don't know if I've gone that deep. Does it show where people are listening?
Yeah. Basically, so there'll be some trackers there. And then the best is a couple weeks ago, I get this email from this, whatever. And they're like, hey, it appears as though you've got a tremendous amount of listeners in South Korea.
What?
And so I'm reading it. Now I know it's a work, right? It's just one of those marketing tools. But for a split second, it had me of going, of all the places where we would be hot. Like it said we were number 6 on the comedy charts in South Korea.
You never know. It's like not beyond the realm of possibility. Some South Korean guy heard it and went, "This is the best shit ever."
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't check the stats. There is.
We're Psy. Next thing you know, we're Psy.
Gangnam Style.
I'll take it.
There was some activity in South Korea, but I don't know enough to push us to number 6 on the old charts.
They'll get you with those analytics. One time, I used to have just a podcast. I just threw it out on a podcast like we do here. And I go to my podcast.com and I click it on, and usually we get between 300 and 400 people. It's pretty regular.
Sure.
300, 400. And it says 10,000. And I'm like, fucking A right. Finally. And then the next day back to normal. Never another bump like that. And so I'm asking podcast.com, and it just must have been a glitch in the system, buddy.
Glitch in the system.
It's like you just crushed my dreams.
Yeah, can we glitch that a few more times?
Yeah.
Perhaps weekly?
You know, I think if you could glitch the system, which people probably do, you probably become successful just because by nature people see, oh, they've got 10,000 viewers. Let me check them out. Whereas they say, oh, they've got 75 viewers.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that's why people go to the click farms.
Oh man, that's big business too.
How much is a click farm?
I have no idea.
I would have no idea how to get a hold of a click farm. Can you Google it? How can I contact a click farm?
Hello, Click Farm? You there?
Just ask Blitz. I'm gonna call.
Don't think we weren't click farming back in the day.
I know it.
You remember that Jaeger dude? All he did was
Jaeger. I bet I do.
Oh, I could tell you. Yeah, there's a couple things on
Jaeger.
Oh yeah.
I know if I.
He was a web guy. He was a hater, and then he got hired as our web guy.
We brought him into the fold to give him every password we ever had.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, it was weird. That's a whole another thing. But yeah, those click for all that stuff. I mean, dude, I don't know what's going on with that. And I would rather have like a smaller amount of legit people listening or participating or whatever than this massive just bullshit. It's just, built a house built on lies.
That's true.
That's not fun.
It's true.
Eventually it's going to tumble.
I enjoy speaking to a select audience. I've said before that the fat man used to get mad because we'd have the Cluster F meet and greets, and I'm like, don't talk about it on the air.
Right.
We only want to talk about it on Cluster F, and just get the Cluster F people because your events have mutants that come to it. And we're not looking for mutants.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Oh, dude, speaking of mutants, I was just listening to, on the way here, the Donald Trump.
Tommy Bernhard,
100
100 bits. So sorry to interrupt you, Matt. I think I got to get some subs in here, too.
Do it.
We got Curry O'Neill subscribe for 16 months. Thank you very much, Curry. Beavers smell like tuna. 59 months. That's almost as high as it goes, buddy. That's 1 month shy. Thank you very much, Beaver Smell Like Tuna. Sean Raz gifted 2 tier 1 subs. Thank you very much, Sean Raz. Tommy, I think I got Tommy Barnhart and his 100 deal into. Hang on 1 second.
Sure.
1 second, Matt.
I like the way you're doing this. You're on it.
I'm a regular auctioneer. I've been doing that. Been doing this a long time. I'm an expert at whatever this is. Nobody does this.
I still don't even know what a sub is. So
It's a subscription.
right.
So they
But I don't know how you
subscribe
get
to
it.
Twitch. You gotta go to Twitch and say, "Do you want to subscribe to this show?"
Oh.
And they go, "Yes," for 50. And then I imagine they put it on automatic. If not for automatic subscriptions, what would people do?
But do you get like a free one with Amazon Prime?
Yes, you do. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a free sub.
Well, maybe I need to do that. We have Prime, but I
Maybe you need to do what? Subscribe to my show?
yeah.
Subscribe to my stream that you come in here and hang on every week? Can you toss me a free sub?
I'm such a grifter.
A free sub. It's free and you won't
I
even
come
give it
to
to me.
you. I come here.
Well, no, free. Come on.
Oh yeah, no, I just
Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Free sub. I'm not a good hype man. I mean, every day, I guess I'm so used to it, hearing all the hype and promotion. I just got so sick of it. I should have like every and don't forget Amazon Prime. You get a free Twitch subscription. So make sure if you got Amazon Prime, you get a free.
We gotta break out.
I never say. I say it like twice a year.
We're gonna break out your liner cards, old school jock style,
that's what
man.
I
You
need.
need liner cards.
That's what I need.
Man.
I got all the
You-
.coms
okay.
listed there, so I don't f it up.
Speaking of free subs,
Oh,
Man.
I think I'm sorry. I meant to. I think. Oh shit.
what happened?
It's not working. Oh, I think I got.
Oh,
Might have a hype train.
Really?
I'm not sure. Yes, we do. Level 2, 29%. We got a
Great Friday, you
hang hype train. Thanks for tuning in.
That's
Thanks for-
awesome.
Hey, we appreciate everybody. 6 o'clock in the the evening is not really a great time to listen to a show. I don't think
It's
it
a
is.
pop-up. It's a weekly pop-up at the same time.
It's dinner time. I don't think, so I appreciate you taking time out of your day to listen to the stream.
You're cool. There. I've participated in the hype train.
You're cool. Big Kahuna, 55 months. It's deep, Big Kahuna. Appreciate it, buddy. Oh, what were you talking about?
I don't know.
The Trump stuff.
Oh, I heard a term.
I've tried not to keep too much track of it.
I never heard the term until today. I mean, I heard the term MAGA, but they were talking about the De Niro thing.
Yeah.
How and Trump goes, and De Niro, he got MAGA'd. And I was like, oh my God, he just coined MAGA and turned it into a whole nother thing when somebody gets MAGA'd. And I was like, oh, that's going to catch on like wildfire.
I think you're right.
I hadn't heard that before. Had you?
I got MAGA'd. No.
De Niro got
can't be-
MAGA'd.
And no, I mean, somebody may have come up with it already, but it hasn't caught on. But now it'll catch
Oh,
on.
dude,
You
it's
got
so
MAGA'd.
good. You got MAGA'd.
Oh, people to be using that. You got MAGA'd.
De Niro did get MAGA'd too.
He did. They got to him. They got to him. You're washed up, and he lost it. He's an old man. They shouldn't have a. You got Joe Biden. You got De Niro.
That was poor-
Combined age 195.
Poor execution on Biden's behalf on that one. Poor execution. Bad call.
Can't trust Robert De Niro.
And now
he's unhinged.
And now he's MAGA'd.
Now he got MAGA'd. And then everybody's gonna say, if it catches on, everybody's gonna say De Niro, the first guy to ever get MAGA'd, and it'll drive him insane.
You're right.
It'll drive. You can't say I got MAGA'd.
Such
Good
so
stuff.
good.
Donald Trump knows what he's doing.
MAGA'd.
Big Kahuna, 100 bits.
Hey.
Thank you very much, Big Kahuna.
Yeah, we got to make up for the time lost since last week. All this hype train madness.
Hype train.
Subs.
It's a-
Spreading the word.
Spread the word. I need to say all that stuff. you guys should be spread. See, they're all selfish. They want to keep it all to themselves. Who wants to buy? They don't want a bunch of jobbers coming in here.
Now, if people participate in the chat and they've been on here for a while, will a new one come in there and they like sniff it out pretty easily, or will they embrace a new one? If somebody else is like, "Hey, man, just started listening," are they like, "Fuck you, dude"?
No, they're cool.
They're cool?
They'll actually gift them a sub. So
They're cool.
They're very cool. I don't know. We used to have maybe a couple couple people who weren't quite as cool, and they were looking to pounce on people,
Gotcha.
which I don't think is good for the show.
Yeah, that's not healthy.
Thank you for the level 2 hype train. Appreciate it. To start off the show. Yeah,
Subs.
as far as Trump,
Yeah.
I'm like, I hope they find him guilty, and they send him to jail. Let's get this party started. Let's go. That's not gonna go over well. You think that's just gonna happen with no repercussions?
The thing is, like, I mean, he's already at escape velocity. Like the fact that, like I said, I was listening to his press conference, and he's going, and every minute I'm sitting in here, I'm not out there campaigning, and I'm in here from morning to dark, and having to be stuck in that room. You know, he's doing that whole woe is me thing, which whatever.
Oh, I'm very familiar with
Very
that.
familiar.
Works.
But it does work
works.
because he's getting more earned media and more everything out of him sitting in. He doesn't have to campaign. He can sit in that room with his eyes shut, and it's doing the job for him. It's great.
It's to me, excuse me. I think it's almost as if this is all a show, because it's. I mean, if you wanted to get Donald Trump, wouldn't you get him on something legitimate, like an open and shut case? They got everything they throw at him is like, 50% of the people think it's right. If there's no, and so it's almost intentional, just a giant dog and pony show to keep everybody distracted from the inflation and all the bullshit going on. I don't know, because how many times are they going to try to indict him and convict him and fail? It's like, doesn't that look bad for you?
Yes.
And doesn't then people are finally going to go, well, maybe this isn't legit.
It's all very strange. I mean, just the fact that Donald Trump, I don't know, just the fact that he acknowledged De Niro getting maggot is funny enough. The fact that he
Maggot. I love it.
He took time out of his day. He's in court all day long, and the first thing he does is talk shit about De Niro and called him out for getting maggot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing else pressing. Like, he didn't come out and be like, look, we've got serious issues here around the world. We've got to figure out the inflation. We've got to get this down. Like, he didn't come out of the courtroom and do a press conference talking about that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, don't keep me locked up in here. We've got world issues. There's people with there's nukes, for God's sake. Like, what are we going to do about this? Instead, he's like, De Niro, getting maggot.
Yeah.
Like, that was his top priority, to take a shot at De Niro, which is funny.
He knows how to work. He knows what his audience wants, and he knows how to get the sound bites. And
he does, because that's the one thing I remember from the speech I just heard, is that.
And what's wrong with, you got that guy who's constantly got sound bites and tweets that are very entertaining, and then you got the guy that falls down and can't talk.
Equally as entertaining.
No, it's not. That gets old.
It does,
It's
but
not
he had
fun.
some.
It's not. It's almost just embarrassing.
He had some strong gaffes last week, and we weren't here to do the show last week. But just
The gaffes are getting more frequent and stronger.
yeah, it was pretty good. The one where he was talking about, like, there's no other option. We're not going to win this re-election. The only option is to elect Donald Trump.
I missed that one. I've missed that one.
Oh, it was good.
Oh, that's a perfect. That's a. See, if I was Trump, I'd take that and put that in my campaign ad.
It was
Even Joe Biden says, "Elect me." He got maggot.
He got mad. You're gonna get maggot. The whole thing. It's gonna get coined immediately.
I hope so.
If somebody hasn't
I mean, you
patented that, we are not gonna do it. We don't have the energy.
just don't have the energy.
Ned's Navy, if you're listening, do that. Somebody scoop up maggot real quick.
Hey, anybody out there listening, scoop up. Try a couple of them.
You've been maggot.
You've been maggot. Whatever you can. A couple variations.
Yeah.
And trademark them, and then market them, and give Matt, like 20%.
Yeah.
And give me 5% because he's on my show.
And then I'll just give you. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Nobody in the chat's got energy to do it either.
It does seem like a lot of work.
A lot of work.
Like patenting, like who was the guy? Was it Pat Riley that did three-peat back in the day? Remember the basketball
I think
coach?
So, yeah, I
think he did three-peat. He was ahead of his time on that one. He made some good coin off of.
Now that people think that's just a term.
Yeah,
It's always existed.
I think that was his. Yeah, I think that was his. Yeah.
Yeah, and he trademarked it and probably make it a gazillion dollars off it. Emerson Johnson gifted how many subs? 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you very much, Emerson Johnson. I think I got everybody. Yep, Emerson Johnson, thank you very much. Where's my woo? Hang on a second. Disappears sometimes.
I did watch
Turn
the.
it down. Look at this cluster. I got Ozzy Osbourne going.
I did watch a little bit of the basketball games the last couple of nights. I put a couple of dollars down, put some shekels down.
How'd you do?
I did okay, and then I blew it on something. Yeah, I did all right. I won the, yeah, I don't know. I'm about even, I guess, but it makes it exciting.
Yeah, it makes it.
I was like,
otherwise
I promise,
you wouldn't really care.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm not betting again until football season. I'm putting this Hard Rock app away.
Good for you.
Not doing it. And then
we'll see how long that lasts.
It lasted until about a week ago with basketball.
Yeah, you'd be watching Live Golf, going, hope this team wins. Golf.
Too many players, too much stuff in golf, too many variables. But I don't know. Yeah. I'm up a little bit. No, I'm not. No, I'm down.
I've watched a little bit of the Dallas playing because I like to watch that. There's a guy called is it Djokovic? No, he's not. He's Luka Doncic, whatever his name. Luka, the Luka guy on Dallas.
Okay.
And he looks like he's big, but he's soft. He looks soft.
Okay.
He's not fat at all, but he looks soft. He's not athletic. Doesn't look athletic, and he's one of the best players in the league.
White guy or
just white guy lumbering around doing his
good to see
his Slavic thing.
Good to see. There's still a couple guys making us look all right out there.
We got to import them from Serbia, though.
Dude. I mean, traditionally, like white guys, they're still getting smoked in the league, right? Overall. Although I did see one last night. I think he was playing for the Timberwolves. No, he was playing for Dallas. He was kind of a chubbier white guy. Didn't look
maybe the guy I was talking about. He plays for Dallas. So
okay, maybe, but he wasn't particularly tall. But he's kind of soft looking.
See, I think you'd be surprised at how tall he is.
Okay, yeah,
because you see the shortest guy on the team. You're going, how's that short guy playing? And he's 6'1".
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, dude. You know what I was watching CNN a couple weeks ago. They do like these weird specials on like a Saturday night or a Sunday night. It'd be like, CNN Decades presents the best videos of the '80s. Like weird.
They got to fill time.
Yeah, like weird stuff. And they had one about commercials, and they started talking about some of the greatest commercials of the decade.
Yeah.
All right, and they were spot on this one. Michael Jordan's Gatorade "Be Like Mike" commercial.
Oh yeah.
Like they mixed it in with all these other ones during the hour long. But if I was just thinking back and I'm going, that's the one takeaway is that was a good song, good commercial, and nobody knew what a scumbag Michael Jordan was.
They all wanted to be like him.
Yeah, for a very long time.
Yep, that was catchy. A good song.
Was that an original or was that a spin-off of something else?
I'm trying to think. I think it was original. Like, if I could be like...
It almost seems so good that it should have been a cover from something else.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure it was original.
And whoever came up with it...
I could be like... I'm pretty sure it's original.
How great is it that whoever came up with it didn't make nearly as much money as Mike did, and all Mike did was dunk a ball and drink a little swig of Gatorade. That guy came up with that theme, one of the catchiest things ever.
As soon as it starts, you're like, oh, here it comes.
Yep.
It's good stuff.
Feels like in the Congo at Busch Gardens.
Like Mike. What year was that? 80s, you say?
Yeah, it had to be 80s. Right?
I don't even remember when. I don't remember.
I'm thinking.
I don't remember my own life anymore. Dates and everything. I'm like, I don't know what happened when I was doing this and that. I don't remember that shit.
They need remakes. I don't even know who you could do that with now. Yeah, Diddy? If I could be like Diddy?
Be like Mike. I did Be Like Sap back in the day.
You did. That's right.
Like, see, I had the luxury of having children. Very small children.
You could use their voices
in the 3 to 6 year range. So, priceless.
Yeah, it was weird hearing your kids go through the stages of them being little kids in bits, and then you'd hear them get older, and then you hear a little voice crack occasionally.
Yeah,
like you kind of go with the time frame.
Yeah, there was like the last time I did it, I can remember doing it with Trace, going, "Yeah, I can't do this." He's like 12. He's like that. Just sounds like a teenager. You can't be giving story time with a teenager.
Yeah, that's right. He had a little. Yeah, there was a little deepness
Yeah,
in
I'm
some
like,
of those
"That's
Ned
not
story
working.
times.
That's not working anymore. It's
Yeah.
kind of odd. Telling the stories to my my 13-year-old boy. Come, let me tell you a story. Dad, a little old for that.
You can't win them all. They were good bits. Come on.
So the Luca guy, I think he's like they say he's one of the best in the league. And there's plenty of white guys in the league who are
Premier?
who hold their own, yeah, and are
Hold their own or
but I think
dominate?
the MVP. I think he's white.
God, see, I haven't followed. I don't
Right.
know what's going on there. I just don't follow it much.
I don't either, but he's just since he's the MVP, I know who he is.
Even watching the game last night, I mean, I saw there was some good plays but like I didn't see anything that was so magical that you go, wow,
No,
that's going to be on a highlight reel for years to come or something like that, right? Like you could go back to the Jordan era or some of the other players that I can't, Allen Iverson's of the world or things like that, and you go, oh, dude, that's an iconic play. I've watched a couple basketball games in the playoffs. I haven't seen anything that looks nearly iconic or something that you go, this was the play of the series or something along those lines.
how can you make jamming a ball hard into a metal rim iconic? I mean, they've done it all.
They got to figure something out.
Same old shit.
If
you watch it, I mean, it's just like, they score 100 times. It's just a score. It gets boring. That's why people don't turn to the end of the NBA until the fourth quarter usually.
That's what I did last night. That's for sure. And then I watched over the weekend too the UFL.
UFL. That's the Rocks deal, I think, isn't it?
Dude, I've seen more people at high school games.
I haven't watched this, so nobody.
It is the stadium. It is bare. It is empty. The game I watched, it was sad to see. You're going, whoa. I don't know how much money they're making on TV rights and all. I don't know. But Jesus Christ, as far as attendance goes, it was poor. It was poor looking. Like you've got all this infrastructure to put a football game together, right?
Yeah.
And they're competing, and the Rock's thing, right?
It's a Rock. He owns it.
If The Rock was there to get on the microphone, do a 30-second promo, it would have sold 10,000 seats. Rock's not there. You maybe got 70 people in the stands. It was kind of sad to watch.
I mean, he should be flying from game to game trying to sell tickets.
You're going to have to do something.
See, if I didn't know that this league existed just by seeing it on the guide, I wouldn't even know it was going on. So I don't know how it doesn't seem as if they're doing a good job marketing. Because I just got everyone. Oh, it's what is it? UFL?
I think it's UFL.
Terrible more. I don't even know what it's called.
I mean, dude, I remember the
I just have
XFL.
no desire to watch it.
That's the only other league that I was slightly interested in was the XFL. I thought that was unique, but the UFL, I don't know.
I don't know why people won't change. People don't like change, and you'd think of The Rock. And you think people are kind of sick of the NFL. Some of the calls, it's kind of a suspect kind of deal. Roger Goodell's making $100 million a year. It's a bunch of bullshit, and maybe people are a little sick of it.
But they're all in on NFL.
They're all in. They're all in.
And they're all in on college. And now you've got UFL, which are the college guys and potential NFL. Like you could legitimately have some of those players be the next stars. Right?
Yeah.
And you could have some of those players be stars that were in college. And you're melding this thing together. And, because it doesn't have a great mascot or it's not the machine of the NFL per se, it doesn't seem like it's, nobody cares.
Or is it just people don't have time in their lives for, all fall and however long it takes to get to the Super Bowl these women have to put up their husbands in front of the TV every Sunday and Monday and Thursday night, and for months and months and months. And now I don't know how that's going to go over. I'm going to start watching another league. It take me 12 months a year away from you, babe.
I accidentally tuned into the Canadian Football League championship game
brutal.
last year.
It's brutal.
It was interesting. Because I saw the
Field is
halftime
so
show.
big. The field is ridiculously big.
Well, see, I didn't even notice that. I was just looking. I tuned in for the halftime show. I'm going, oh, coincidentally, great. What is the CFL halftime show? I know what ours looks like, right?
Was it the championship or just a regular game?
Championship.
Championship.
It's like
the Grey
this-
Cup. The Grey Cup.
The
my
Grey Cup.
friend.
I was like, this is going to be good. I mean, this is the halftime spectacular. That would be the equivalent of the
Super
NFL.
Bowl, yeah.
Oh man, no. They had a.
Marching band or
I think they had a band. It was a good band. I think they're called Varney or something. But they're a Canadian band. Like they stay within. It looked like they stayed within their Canadian act. You know. And
See,
then
they
had a few fireworks, but nothing.
they're not going to bring it. That would be a slap into the Canadians' face.
What's this all about?
They bring in an American band. I think
I mean, there's some famous Canadians, but I don't.
Justin Bieber.
Is Drake Canadian?
I think he is.
I mean, now if the CFL brought in Drake, that would be huge for them.
You'd think the CFL would. You think
Put
Drake,
the house on
you
Drake.
think Drake would be like, yeah, I'm not going to charge my normal exorbitant, ridiculous fee for my homies in Canada. Let's put them on the map. Let's do it. No.
I was talking to somebody from Canada over the weekend. They had come down for this graduation thing I was at, and I go, "Hey, what do you guys think of American politics up there?" You know,
Yeah.
I'm talking to a real live Canadian, like in the flesh.
Get the scoop.
One who's not politically inclined, and she's like, we hear a good amount about it up there. And it seems like things are pretty crazy, just a basic sort of thing. And I go, so Trudeau sucks, right? And she goes, yeah, Trudeau sucks. I go, so I'm not like,
Yeah, because that's what you hear in America, or else
Yeah.
it's maybe you and I hear in our algorithm of
exactly.
Trudeau sucks.
And I'm like going, because that's the only thing that I know about Canada at this
Trudeau
moment in
sucks.
time is that I believe Trudeau sucks, but I don't know what you guys think.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, no, he definitely sucks. So that was a
good to
good
know.
confirmation.
Good to know. Yeah. that's-
Yeah, like he's absolutely hated, apparently.
It's bizarre. It's bizarre that he's hated, and there's no talk. Is there any talk of him being replaced ever?
Now and then we moved on to the royal family. She said they get hit with the same stuff for the royal family up there that we do down here, where it's just they just like to bombard people with news about the royal family. I guess it's just as popular up there.
To me, it's the most vile, disgusting thing ever. Is a bunch of people are like, we're better than you because we were born from someone who was better than you. It's like, fuck off. It's the most insulting thing ever. And these people are like, drooling over the royals. F the royals.
Oh man. Well, it's not. Now, with that being said, it's not their fault that they were born by those generous loins. I mean, a baby's born. The baby doesn't know until the baby's, all of a sudden the baby's got all this responsibility going, you are the next voice of an entire people. And you're going, whoa, I'm 4 years old. I gotta be on good behavior. I don't know.
Yeah, but you could, one of those royals, the royals could go, okay, well, it was a nice run. We're going to take this 100 million and call it a day. How about that? Instead of sucking you people dry for the rest of this country's existence.
I'll tell you, it's a machine. It's much like the military-industrial complex. It is a royal industrial complex. There are so
True.
many things that are built around that even if the royal family itself was to go, guys, we're tapping out, I don't think they would be allowed. They wouldn't let them tap out. It would. There's
too many
much.
jobs and too much. Everybody's,
Yeah.
if you're working for the royals, for the government, for the royal, you're getting paid. You're getting paid good.
That, or if you're in the press, or if you're the
What if you cover?
tabloids.
That's your whole job. Your whole job has been the beat writer for Buckingham Palace.
yes.
They're gone. You got nothing. So that's why they keep them. It's all a scam. It's the most preposterous thing ever.
The worldwide privacy tour.
Oh, yeah. Killer JP, subscribe for 41 months.
Hey.
Because I was born better than you. It's the most vile, disgusting thing in the history.
Unless you were one of the people that were born into it. If you were born into it, you would be
selfishly. Yeah, but it still doesn't make you not an asshole.
But can't you make the choice not to be an asshole if you're in that position? And
Yeah,
you
can
go,
say, I'm going to take a couple mil here and go. This is ridiculous. Sorry, we're sucking you dry.
But they liked getting sucked dry, right? Like, don't they?
See,
They approve of it.
Yeah, and it comes back to that. That's what I always thought about doing a church, and I said, but I can't do people.
Well, is that
way.
right or wrong though? They
No,
actually,
you're right. No, you're right. I said, I can't do people out of their money, but they want to be duped.
Yeah.
Some people want to be duped. They're going to get duped by somebody. So you might as well dupe them. See, that's probably the attitude you got to have. I just can't do it.
There's a new
They
church.
want to be duped.
There's a new church that opened up not too far from me, and you know, and I could see it driving by one night, like they just kind of finished construction on it, and the doors were kind of popped or whatever, and they just had this, like, right when you walk in the door, just this wall of TVs and flat screens, and I'm going,
Yeah.
I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
that's unnecessary. Like, it doesn't seem like that's a needed thing for the church. It's a nice accessory. I get it. But, man,
The Lord has blessed them.
you got to have that video
Blessed
wall.
them. I've been to some of these churches delivering for funerals and stuff.
Yeah.
And you walk into some of them, and they have this giant soundboard, like out of NASA. You're just like, oh my god,
Dude,
it's
churches,
a rock show. It's a rock
churches,
show.
they spare no expense when it comes to sound and audio and lighting. They will die on that cross. No pun intended. They love their audio video. Like, they will always have the most state of the art stuff. Typically.
the state of the art stuff. Rock bands,
Yep.
coffee shops, donut shops, cafes. They got it all. They got it all.
And here's where they're doing the great part too. Is you're right about the coffee shop. I was in, a couple years ago, but they had a coffee shop and donuts. And guess who they had working behind the counters? Volunteers.
Thank you very much. We'll see you next week. Gonna end on that one. Don't even get Donna started on that shit. Oh,
Really? She gets fired up?
Oh God, she gets fired up.
Volunteers.
Everywhere we go, and anytime you see a church deal, you see the volunteers.
Now, why is she fired up about it?
And
Is she mad at the volunteers?
She's mad that the government gets away with it too.
Yeah.
A ton of volunteers for stuff the government should be doing, and these churches steal your money, and then they got the gall to make you go out and work for them. It's like so disgusting. She gets fired up.
Now that I agree, it doesn't make any sense to me either.
They sure know how to work, though, don't they?
But if you're a volunteer, you're an idiot. Like, that's on you.
I agree.
Like, with the exception of this, in my life, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not in the market to go volunteer anywhere else necessarily. I take that back. I'll do charity
For the
work.
good of humanity?
Not for the good of a church.
Oh no.
Like, it's got to be
No.
something that I can put some sort of tangible value on. Not me spending my time serving a donut at a church coffee shop, me taking their money and then just putting it in the drawer, and the church like that doesn't make sense to me. There's no
money was going to Jesus, Matthew. It's going to Jesus for him to do great works. Great work. That's what those suckers believe. And they're selling donuts, thinking that money's going to Jesus, when it's going right in the reverend's pocket.
What do you think of that? Okay, what about what is it? Houses for Habitats or what?
Habitats for Humanity.
What about that? That seems.
Which one is that? That's the one that's been around forever. What's the one that's for? Is it different than the one for soldiers or not? I don't know. One's tunnels for towers or something. Habitat for Humanity. I have no idea.
Tunnels for towers.
Oh, that's a big one. That's a big 9/11 charity.
Oh,
for the firefighters.
Okay. Yeah, the whole Habitat for Humanity.
I'm supposedly you got to go work on your own house.
Well, that's not. I mean,
I'm not saying it's bad, but
okay.
If you want a Habitat for Humanity house, you've been selected. You got to go work every day to build that house, I think. And if you're not qualified, I guess you're just sweeping and doing stuff. That's what I'd be doing. I'd be picking up nails and sweeping.
Yeah, if you're giving me a free home, I'm at least going to show up and sweep the floors of
whatever I can do.
Can I get you some coffee or
Yeah,
donuts?
I gotta make a donut run.
After all, you all are building my free home.
My free house. I don't. I don't know. Some of them they give them and they still have to pay. It's a reduced price kind of mortgage. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm sure it's a scam.
Dude,
I'm sure it's a scam.
With the price of homes now, I wonder if they're feeling the pinch too, or if with just land and lots and all that stuff. I wonder if they're like going, we're not going to have much. Many homes built this year because they're costing 4 times as what they should.
Yeah, their cost is tripled, quadrupled.
It's going to be home for humanity. It's one home.
Hey, one a year. I see I can't remember if it's Tunnels for Towers or one of these different organizations, but they show them on the local news all the time. And they say, we've built this for this guy, and now he's got this and this and this, and here's his 2,000 square foot house. And I'm like, well, why don't we build like 3 1,200 square foot houses and help 3 people? I mean, can't we just kind of? Doesn't that make more sense?
We need a different one. We need a trailers for.
That's
trailers for traders. All the January
Trailers for
Sixers, they get a free trailer. We'll build it. Yeah, I don't know. Trailers for what?
Single wides for I don't know.
Single moms.
Single wides for single moms.
That's the one.
We're rich.
That's it.
We're rich. Shh, 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 shh. I'm writing that down. Oh my god. Oh my god. Because you know what's really nice? A nice new single wide, buddy.
Nothing wrong with a single wide.
If you're homeless or you're struggling, how about a nice brand new single home?
Betsy, you're a single mom. We've brought you here today to show you off your beautiful single wide. Why don't you step on in there?
Be crying. I'm telling you, tears down her face because she.
Or they'd be like, oh,
no, well,
not quite what I was expecting.
Tell them beforehand.
No, I don't think you do.
Well, you're just being a dick. The point is not to be dicks to them.
It's kind of to get their natural reaction of you're getting something for free. It doesn't mean it's going to be a house. It means it's going to be something for free that you're going to be able to live in because you're a single mom. It just happens to be a single wide. And then that shows their real appreciation level.
But that doesn't do your organization any good when they show her on the news going, oh. we want to do millions out of people to donate to this organization so we can give single moms single wides, and they're gonna give me an acre and a single wide.
Oh my god, yeah.
Retire right now.
And, dude, an acre these days, that's like, I mean, that is a valuable piece of real estate in any minor metropolis.
You can't go. You have to go. I think you have to go to like Sebring or Lake Placid or Milton, Florida. You got to go
Milton.
Yeah, you're way up into Panhandle or way in the middle of the state where nobody goes. The Okeechobee area.
Okay.
Nobody goes to my brother-in-law and my sister lived in Lake Placid. He was a forest ranger for a while, and they would move you around, and he was located in Lake Placid. We went down to visit him one time, and it was like a godforsaken trip. And it was, and then you get there and just like it's just flat and it's just like and nothing cool and there's nothing in Lake Placid, nothing.
I can't even tell you.
So that's where you got to go to get the cheap property. And anywhere else, you're just paying top dollar.
Bro, I got sent a video and it was all about, I don't know if it was the Villages or something very similar to the Villages, one of these like 55 and up community kind of things. And I'm watching it. And they're just putting this place over like $1 million, right? They're like, look, everybody's got golf carts. Like, there's stores, there's a gas station, but it doesn't sell gas for cars. It's only for golf carts. And it's just this big.
That sounds like the Villages.
Oh, okay. It's just this infrastructure of this crazy thing. And then they've got all these events. And I'm going, man, it's, there's something kind of cool about that. And they were interviewing some younger people, quote unquote, that were living there. and they're like, look, not everybody here is 80, 90 years old. They're like, we found some pretty like-minded people, and everybody's happy, and the crime is low,
Yeah.
and and I'm going, damn. But there's something to, man, just the coined term of like 55 and up, whatever. Like it feels
uncool.
Yeah.
Not fun.
No, it feels, I don't know. It feels gross
Gross.
or something, Like it feels like if once you go there, it feels like you would automatically age because of the environment and the people around you. Like there's no way you could find the coolest 4 people that live in there and you could kick it with them all the time, but you're still surrounded by 100,000 other people that, I don't know. It's like you can't beat Father Time, and I feel like that would speed up the process on some level.
I don't know. It's, like my friend Jerry, who does a show with me.
Okay.
He used to come down to the station. We did the Mike and Jerry show.
Mm-hmm.
Met him through soccer, and he lives in the Villages.
Oh.
And he absolutely loves it. I mean,
How old is he?
Loves it. He's 6. What am I saying? He's probably 66, 60. Donna, you know how old Jerry is?
He's-
66,
So he's geriatric.
67. No, he's
I'm kidding.
No, he's pretty
Play
good.
on words.
And he likes, yeah, I'm slow. That's good. Oh, that's a good one. Geriatric. He likes, they're having the golf cart. He likes going golfing. He likes the music. They have the music in the town squares. Like they got like 10 town squares.
That
and
must
they
be
got-
the place
They
then.
got bands. And
Yeah.
I went there, with him one time, and they got good bands too. They're playing like, good music and stuff.
Jimmy Hart's up there. Keep on dancing.
Not at all. No, it's good bands.
Okay.
It's good bands, and everybody seems to be liking it. And I've driven through like 55 plus neighborhoods around here. There's one right up there on 52 and 275, and the thing you notice is it looks really peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like there's no crime here, and everybody's house looks decent.
It doesn't look so
these are all
bad.
responsible people who've saved money and retired. They got a vested interest in the community, and that's what it is like in the Villages. It's like, man, I kind of think that's where you got to be nowadays.
Maybe it's not a bad move.
I think it's a good move. I've changed my mind about it. It's like,
yeah, because I would
forget all
picture
these
you
dirt,
before.
forget all these dirt bags now, man. I want to go to the Villages.
Yeah, here you could have around anywhere outside of there, you could have a nice big house, and then right next to it, you could have a car on blocks, and
You
the
don't know
car
what's
will be on
there.
blocks for years and years
Yep.
to come. It's true.
You're dealing meth out the back. You don't know.
Not in the Villages, my friend.
Village, they run a tight ship.
Is that the STD place though?
That's allegedly was the STD capital of America, I believe.
But I mean, that only stands to reason if you're out there being one of the people that's philandering around trying to get STDs. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you're
if you're not, if you're in a monogamous relationship, you have nothing to worry about.
the STD rate shouldn't matter at all.
It's not rape. It's all consensual. It's all consensual. And just think, nobody's wearing condoms. It's like nobody's getting pregnant in the Villages. It's not one of those things where you got to worry.
Nobody's getting hard in the Villages either, though.
Oh, I bet they got a Viagra ATM on every
that's true.
corner.
Yeah,
yeah. Them poor old ladies are getting cranked at 9 ways to Sunday. Going, I thought I was done with this. Stop already.
Yeah.
I think it's
Maybe that's
not.
the move.
I think it's not a bad place to be.
Would you do it?
Well, I have to totally change my mind. I don't really like neighbors.
So no.
No.
Yeah, because you would have it's a whole lifestyle
Probably
change.
not.
like, in
Yeah, it's
general.
too much. We're used to having animals and property and not having neighbors. Like lots of trees between the neighbors. See the neighbors everywhere. About 2 or 3 times a year, you stop and go, "Hey, how's it going? Let's have a little chat."
Oh, see, yeah, the stop and chats. But I also feel like those
Only 2
places,
or 3 a year, buddy.
You'd also have a lot of busybodies in there. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing worse than busybody neighbors.
You might.
I don't want any busybody neighbors.
Karens and busybodies. I noticed that you put your trash. Oh, gee, your can was out there for 2 days. You don't want to deal with that.
I say that, but then
You're
do.
a busybody. Are you
No.
a busy? Okay.
But I know a couple that are, and I kind of have grown to appreciate them being busybodies because somebody's got to do it, right? It's not going to be me. I'm not going to break balls on that person with a car on their blocks, right? But like somebody's got to do it. I don't know. It's nice to have at least. I don't know. You got to have one or two busybodies.
That's why people live in HOAs.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to go over to their neighbor's house and say, "Hey, Charlie, you need to get that thing off the blocks," and Charlie's going to kick your ass. But the HOA lady's going to go right there.
Yeah, exactly. We got a guy who we don't know who's on the I don't know if this is a mystery or what, but the HOAs they don't tell you who the person behind fining you or writing the letters is. It's like a mystery because they don't want anybody knowing who the person is, so you can't retaliate and be like, "Oh yeah."
Probably a good idea.
So I think it's
Mysterious. It's like the Masons.
I think it's a mystery, right? But there's a guy in our neighborhood, and we think he's the guy, but we're not sure. And I don't have anything to prove it. But he'll ride his bicycle around, but then he'll stop and he'll pull a notepad out and he'll write something down.
Definitely the guy.
But hold on, I was equating it back to you, and I'm going, or me, because I'm going, maybe he's just got thoughts. Sometimes you come up with just thoughts,
true,
right?
That's true.
If you had a notepad or whatever in your pocket, I could totally see you riding your bike and just stop and going, let me write down this bit idea.
Well, you say you could see that, but actually, I just had my phone, and I would stop, and I would write text on my phone. See, so I would do that.
Well,
I would do that all the time. It's like, oh, I got to stop.
Exactly.
Right now, put it in the phone.
Maybe he's just not phone savvy.
You know,
but I don't want to put that on him and be like, he's the dude. This is the guy he's the narc.
You're gonna kick his ass.
No, he's big. But
some people like to known that they're the guy because they get that power trip.
oh, see, this guy doesn't want any. I don't know if he is or not, but maybe I got to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Earlier, B Bumpy wanted to know why Michael Jordan is a scumbag.
Isn't he? I guess that's just my only response to that.
I thought you might have some evidence. I know he was a gambler.
Maybe I'm going maybe scumbag's a little harsh.
I don't really. I'm not deep into the lore of Michael Jordan.
I wasn't a scumbag.
He was not. Let me see your butthole. Michael Jordan, I know he got kicked out of the league for gambling, but I don't know what else bad he did. Because I don't.
All right, well then I take it back. I don't know.
It's willy-nilly throwing guys, calling him scumbag.
I mean, it's not the most unbelievable comment to make.
I mean, he could be a scumbag.
I'm sure he's a great guy.
Probably a scumbag.
There was a few examples
He's rich as hell.
that I've read of him having some funny moments that were sort of scummy. It was funny, but scummy. I'll have to look him up and see.
So the jury's still out on whether Michael Jordan is a scumbag.
Was Scottie Pippen a scumbag?
I have no idea. He didn't have quite the
These are professional ball players. Come on. If we're playing the odds.
I mean, put yourself in his place. You might be a scumbag too.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
He made investments. He bought professional franchises. I mean, how long ago did he buy? He bought an NBA. He was in.
Oh, the Hornets.
He was a minority owner in the Hornets, but he had a decent stake. That stuff is going up so much. But there's no franchise in almost any league that's not worth $1 billion now. It's like ridiculous. So if you thought you were hot shit buying your $220 million franchise, now it's worth $2.3 billion. It's like crazy, man. You made a great investment. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, and then the Jordan brand, he's got $1 billion a year off of that. Something crazy.
Are we to the point now?
All right, he's not a scumbag. He rules.
Are we to the point now where a 10-year-old's going to go look at the classic Jordan emblem and go, "Who's that?" And I don't care about that.
That's a good question.
It's getting.
I don't know.
It's getting long in the tooth.
That is a good. Maybe they don't see him as the Michael Jordan player. They just see as Jordan the brand now. Because that's what
he's got staying power. You got to give that to him too.
Sure.
One thing,
Yeah.
Who's not? LeBron didn't. It's not. Nobody's buying Jordans anymore. They're all buying LeBrons. That didn't even happen.
Kobe was.
Kobe was. Yeah,
he was getting close.
He was getting close.
and then he took a lick. Yeah.
Don't tell him not to fly to go ahead and fly in the fog.
Bro.
You fly in the fog, you're going to pay the price. Iranian president did the same thing.
How about
Weird.
that?
God, don't care about fog. Go.
How about that? In the what was it? Israel's like going, hey man, had nothing to do with us. USA's like, hey man, had nothing to do with it. And I think even Iran at first was like kind of going, all right, what's going on here? And I think Iran was even going, yeah, that fog was pretty brutal.
It's the first time they didn't immediately blame a foreign country.
Right? Because
They're
that,
like, yeah,
that
we
could
got
have
to be honest.
escalated.
Here. We got to be honest with you.
It could have escalated very quickly.
It went away.
Instead,
Totally.
it's like, all right, some fog. Yeah, our bad. But then they did blame sort of tariffs or something like, not tariffs, but I can't remember what the word I'm looking for, but because the helicopter he was flying was like an old Bell or something, and it's tough to get those parts.
To get the parts.
So they were trying to
Blaming China?
I saw some
Well, China's
blame
their
of
ally,
going.
though.
Yeah, there was some blame of going. Well, if we would have been able to get these parts to repair this, maybe this wouldn't have happened. There was some level of that, but overall, it sort of de-escalated quickly.
See, that whole thing. So they're getting the parts from who? United States Bell helicopter, maybe? Maybe?
Yeah.
It goes to show, like, we get everything from China. Everything we get is from China. All our parts, everything we get is from China. There are mortal enemies. They're more.
They're not my mortal enemy.
No, but the United States, it's like, China. We're gonna go to war with them if they should ever invade Taiwan. Or Taiwan, the dirty communist Chinese still, and they buy all our debt. And we're worried about it. It's all a big game. How do you buy somebody's debt and be at odds with them? How do you their economy goes in the crapper if we don't buy all their stuff. So how do they, unless they come and take us over, overrun the whole country, it's in their best interest to keep us buying that crap, right?
It would be equivalent to like MySpace back in the day, where like either you had a wife or a girlfriend or whatever, or you'd have that little thing that said it's complicated. That would be our relationship with China. It's like, it's complicated.
It's real
like,
complicated.
You can't say you're single. You can't say you're married. We're in this weird lovers' quarrel with all these other nations. It's all complicated, but yet. You said it earlier, like, oh, they're our mortal enemy. And I'm going, I just don't feel that way.
Oh, I could.
And you don't feel that way.
Unless they try to get you.
Yeah.
Unless they.
But if they try to get us, did we try to get them first? Like, that's the thing that, you know what I mean? Like, it's a real road. What was a Roadrunner and the Coyote?
I think that's what it is.
Like, we don't know which one of us is the Roadrunner and the Coyote at any given time.
Because if you live in China, everything you hear is pro-Chinese, and you think that your country, is right, and that all these other countries hate you. But also, if you live in the United States, everything here is pretty much pro-United States.
Yeah. What was the messaging we heard for so long with Bush? They hate us for our freedom. It's like. Do they? Oh, yeah, they do. They hate it. And eventually it was like, yeah, they hate us for free. It's, and then you fast forward to other incidents. Then you fast forward to the vaccine. And if you're not vaccinated, you're the problem. Like, it's all these things, the messaging that gets beat into your head. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not.
They hate us for our freedoms. Yeah. We got to fight them over there so we don't have to fight them over here.
Isn't that we have to invade them? Now.
It's the most preposterous thing ever.
And by the way, they got weapons of mass destruction.
Oops, we were wrong.
Like, what a big mistake.
Okay, so
sorry.
100%. They did not have weapons of mass destruction. 100%. It was a big con job. 100% they made hundreds, if not trillions of dollars over there for giant corporations. And American soldiers died for profit. And that's the way it was. Hey, you upset about that? You gonna do something about that? No, nobody is. That's the way it is now. So just get used to it. It can come out. That was only 20 years ago. And it's fine. Yeah, it was an illegal war fought, and Bush lied that Colin Powell held up some paprika or something and said it was yellow cake uranium, and it was a complete lie. And your son died for that, and nobody cares.
And those might be two of the most poignant things: is they hate us for our freedom, and we have to fight them over here.
We don't have to fight them over there.
Think about like those two sentences and how many times we heard that. Like, but if you were just having a conversation with somebody
innumerable.
like who's in the gray and operating not on one side or the other and just having a normal conversation and could really get to the heart of the matter and break it down and have an honest intellectual conversation, go, I don't know, do we have to fight them over there?
No, we don't. Yeah.
Is this?
There was no discussion of that. You weren't
it
even
was-
allowed to discuss it.
Yeah, it's like, wow.
When the quote should be, the quote is, they hate us over here because we're over there. They wouldn't even know about, they wouldn't even know if we didn't have 58, 60 military bases all over the world in different countries, then people wouldn't hate us. They wouldn't even be thinking about us.
Yeah,
If we
yeah.
didn't invade countries, they wouldn't even be thinking about us. Think about this whole Gaza thing. How many terrorists do you think are being made with this?
Oh, on the daily.
I mean, it's like, isn't this the biggest terrorist making operation in the history of terrorist making operation? You blew up 18 of my relatives.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
17 of Saeed's and 34 his. And said, we really hate you now, right? Isn't that how
true.
it's going to go?
Wait, I got another Bushism. I got a good one. This has got to top off the trifecta.
Okay.
And I'm not even talking about the golf shot of watch this drive. That one's
I have an idea of what you might be saying, but I could be wrong. Go ahead.
mission
Oh,
accomplished.
You're right.
Which one are you thinking of?
No, yours is the one. Mine was Brownie. You're doing a heck of a job. That's a classic.
No, mission accomplished has
when-
to go because he flew into the jet. He just flew in, and there was a big sign out there. He gave a big thumbs up.
He not only did he fly in, he piloted that plane.
Oh God!
They're trying to make you believe that the nearly 70-year-old president of the United States landed a jet on an aircraft carrier.
Did he
without
not? Is this what you're
No
telling me?
fucking
Are you a dream crusher right now?
Well,
the president didn't do that. It's not like Independence
there was
Day.
2 guys in there, right?
What? What's this?
It's one
What's
of the-
this co-pilot you speak
It's
of?
a co-pilot who landed the flight. There's no way. No way they're even letting the president do that. No, Mr. President, you're not. You haven't flown in 25 years.
Doesn't matter. I'm gonna peg this landing on this moving aircraft in the middle of the ocean. I got this.
Now watch this landing. You may be right. I can see George Bush doing it. It's like riding a bicycle.
No big whoop. Waves are high. No problem.
It's good.
The whole thing sounds more and more
It
ridiculous
sounds-
the deeper you get into it.
Mission accomplished.
And then what did everybody say after that? Everybody said the same thing in one voice together as a country. They said, "That's our president. That's our president."
And we stayed in Iraq for another 6 years.
Oops.
There's no mission accomplished. And we created ISIS with that. And then we went to Afghanistan, stayed there for 20 years. $2 trillion later, the Taliban came right back.
Wait, have we even gotten it? I don't even know how you feel on this one. I don't know how chat feels about this. I don't even know how I feel about this
I've
one.
tried to brainwash them to think as I do.
Okay, so let me get your thoughts on it. The body of Osama bin Laden being dumped at sea.
Oh,
Work? Shoot? Is it a rib? What are we doing?
it's a complete work.
Okay, so you're going work
I
on
mean,
that
well,
one.
they may have dumped it at sea, but they dumped it at sea for some very nefarious reason.
What would those
That
reasons
it
be,
wasn't.
Mike?
It wasn't Osama bin Laden.
What? They did DNA testing upon upon the killing and retrieval of the body.
The United States government did DNA testing?
That's correct, and they never did anything wrong.
Come on. There's no way.
So you're going out on that one.
I'm going.
I'm not sure how to feel about it.
I mean, there's so many things. Osama bin Laden, it's not contested that he worked for the CIA. He worked for the CIA.
Sure. Yep.
He was battling the Russians.
I mean, we trained.
We trained him in his mujahideen. And then somebody made the great point of we can't find he's like ridiculously tall. He's like 6'6" tall.
Sure.
We can't find a 6'6" tall Arabian guy with kidney disease who has to be on dialysis in the mountains of Afghanistan.
Are you saying we knew where he was and we purposely let him we had the boogeyman and we just kind of let the boogeyman hang out?
That's 100%. That's what I don't believe any history anymore. I don't know if any other people as they get older feel that way. It's like, man, you see everything you were taught was a complete load of horse shit. Better question everything.
I want to go get like a modern day, sounds not right to say, but a modern day history book, but like one that's a current one in a high school right now and see what the most current thing is. Like go back and actually look at 2000. What's the story they're peddling in the public school history books now?
I'd like to know. I actually would like to know what the average high school history book looks like right now.
What are they getting taught?
What are they taught? That'd be fascinating to know.
Huh.
I'm gonna go get me a high school. I never even thought about it.
It's got to look weird, right? I mean, if we're looking at things as just being cynical,
do you think it's woke? You think the history books are woke?
Another good question. I don't know. I don't know what story they're peddling.
Yeah, they're peddling something.
And who's the one in charge of peddling it? Like, who's the one that gets the history book and they go, this is how the story shall be written. Now send it to all the youth.
Don't know. Somebody does, though.
Somebody's got to clear it.
Somebody's got to clear all this. I don't know who's in charge. I don't know how many people it is. I don't know whether it's 6 people, a dozen, 24. Somebody's in charge of everything. So I just happened to be going through channels, and there was something on Fox News, and they do a lot of these things. And they were talking about, it was an historical thing about the DuPonts.
Yeah.
They were talking about in World War II, they were investigated by, World War I, they were investigated by Congress for price gouging with ammunition and selling and stuff. And it's like, it's the same way it's always been. DuPonts were cashing in on that war. Guys are dying and they're jacking up the price of gunpowder.
More munitions, sir.
Mm-hmm. And then the lobbyist for DuPont is in the United States security meeting in the White House going, yeah, don't do this so the war will last longer. And they're like, yeah, so the war will last. See, that's
so what you're saying is we should fight them over there? Yes, that's exactly what we're saying.
So we can make a lot of money over here. That's what it was.
That's right.
All right, we've been going on. We're all worked up and everything. It's been a couple of weeks, so we got all worked up, and we'll be right back with more of The Hang. Thanks for tuning in.
There's an illness that strikes over 2 million people each year. It strikes without warning, without regard to age, sex, or race. It's called sudden involuntary Carney syndrome, and its effects can be devastating.
Okay, now, I clipped the yellow wire. Now there's only 2 left. Okay, you only have 30 seconds left until detonation. Which wire do I clip? Clizip the blizu wizard. Knees out the reset. What? Clizip the blizu wizard. Knees out the reset. What are you talking about? Clizip the blizu wizard. Knees out the reset wizard. Which wire? If you clizip the reset wizard, you're gonna blizo your feet like a knees at all. What are you saying?
The onslaught of sudden involuntary Carney syndrome is fast and unpredictable. Please, help us fight this horrible, debilitating disease. Scalpel. Forceps.
He's crashing.
Holy shiazard, get the Kriazash Kriazart.
What?
The Kriazash Kriazart.
What are you saying?
Diazib Friazib Ulize Tiazors.
Doctor, get a hold of yourself.
Diazib Friazib Ulize Tiazors.
You mean defibrillator?
All right, set to 3Z, he is 100.
What?
3Z, he is 100. Cleazir.
What are you saying?
I said Cleazir.
Ow!
Fias Zakizin Cleazir.
Ow!
T's and CC's of Liz I Diz I Gizane Stizat.
What?
10 CC's of Liz I Diz I Kizane Stat.
What are you trying to say?
Cleazir.
He's dead, Doc.
Tizime of Dizeth. Tizu Thizzer Tizzy.
Sudden involuntary Carney syndrome. Please give before it affects you or your family.
Air India, you're clear for landing on Rizon Wizzy, 3Z, Visa or C7EZ, Nissan. I did not copy that. Nissan, are you clear for landing on the VD? I do not understand. I do not understand. Clear for landing on Rizon Wizzy, C7, Nissan, Visa. Speak English. What do you say? Visa, India. Visa. Speak English.
Sudden involuntary Carney syndrome. Please give before it's tizu fizza kizzing lizate.
Thank you for that audio, Blind Lawrence. Appreciate it.
That's the sound of a wimpy car alarm. You hear them all the time and nobody pays any attention to them, especially not car thieves. But now there's finally a car alarm with some balls. It's the Eddie Vedder car alarm. Yes, the Eddie Vedder car alarm is guaranteed to stop even the most experienced car thief. Hearing is believing. The Eddie Vedder car alarm fills the air with such feelings of angst and self-importance, no criminal on earth could stand it. But if the grunge sound isn't for you, try the good old-fashioned Roger Daltrey car alarm. That's right. Who the f*** are you to be messing with my car? Act now and get the 7 Mary 3 personal attack alarm free. That's right. Even the most psychotic rapist can't get it up with the sounds of 7 Mary 3 reverberating through his head. Order all 3 today.
I'll blow your mind like I was John Wilkes fucking Booth. At the glory hole, you'll find me in a chicken soup. Yeah, drinking shots, I'm getting bombed like it's Beirut. Yeah, too much acid in my pants, I'm about to poop. I'm gonna poop. My rhymes are catchy, like Dr. Seuss. On all you other rappers, I tell
Welcome back to the Hang. Don't forget Cluster F tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Cluster F tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Net in your head Friday morning, 7:45. Don't forget the if you want to drop the deuce. If you want to drop the deuce, that's a 2-year subscription to the Mike and Matt. It's the Hang 2-year subscription to the Mike and Matt with the Hang. Also, you get the special reserve bottle of aged whiskey. Aged for 3.5 hours as we pour it from a bottle into our own decanter. And the cuck ring. You get the cuck ring as well.
It's going to be a beautiful design.
Drop the deuce. There's no pump and dump here.
And your name on the wall. Yes?
And your name on the wall as well.
Right?
We'll have a special Hang section.
Just the deuce wall.
Just the deuce what?
The deuce wall.
The deuce wall.
Yeah, something like that.
Have it looking like a bathroom stall wall. The deuce wall. It's all coming together. It's all coming together to drop the deuce. We're almost ready. We've been to a lot of whiskey tastings. We've been fine-tuning, how we want it to, the certain hang taste we want this whiskey to have. And we want you to, to savor this whiskey. And the cuck ring. The cuck ring is, we're not going to sell some costume jewelry. This thing's going to be littered, encrusted with rubies.
Oh, it's gonna be Insanity.
Cheers. Cheers to the dropping the deuce.
To the deuce.
To the deuce. I didn't prepare at all for the show.
That's okay.
I figured we're
just hanging.
I figured we haven't seen each other for 2 weeks, so there'd be plenty to talk about.
Well, there is. I know I did send you some emails.
Oh, I looked. Maybe you sent them late. Oh, because I actually looked. This is the first time I ever looked. I was like, "What if Matt sent me anything?" Nope. Oh, here they are.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff in there. It doesn't even matter which.
You always got your Hogan stuff. Terry Bollea lies, names.
Okay.
Rat torture. I don't know about that. I better watch out on the rat torture.
The
Is
rat.
that real rat torture? You got videos of rat torture? What kind of sicko are you?
So what it is apparently it used to be a form of torture for like killers and criminals. They would. All right, maybe click on that one. It's
okay.
It's just a small video of it.
Okay.
But read that little. You can read the little.
I'll go back and read the little. Okay, here we go.
Now that's just a
This is
recreation
like a
of it.
medieval kind of deal.
Yeah, but it actually existed.
It does. Who says the museum?
Good point.
The Museum of Morbid Knowledge.
Mission accomplished.
Now watch this rat attack. Footage of a museum display demonstrates the horrifying process of rat torture. The rat torture was a method used in medieval times. It worked by putting a pot of hungry rats into a cage that was strapped to the victim's stomach. Then the cage was slowly heated, making the distressed rats chew and claw through the victim, trying to... I've heard of this before.
See, I hadn't. This is pretty... I mean, look.
Does they show it? Like a simulation?
Yeah,
right?
it's just a simulation of it.
It's just the Ripley's Museum.
Yeah, it's a real hollow scream looking thing.
I mean, it might have been a thing. They did some really sick stuff back then.
That's what I'm saying.
They
Like
did some really bizarre. I mean,
like they didn't have anything else to do.
That's what I'm thinking.
They
There's
had like
nothing
a
else to
torture
do.
department or something like that. Like that you are assigned to the Department of Torture and come up with the most sick, crazy ideas that you can come up with.
I mean, you're not. There's no Maverick. There's no Netflix. There's no any of these things. There's nothing to do other than
sit around
and toil for the king. So when somebody's gonna get rats put on their chest, and you're right, they got some guy sitting, and so people are like, "Hey, it's a good crowd tonight. They heard about the rat. They heard about the rats
They're
thing."
like, oh my god, I'm going on stage soon. We're gonna do this. Okay, let's go. Everybody places, everyone.
I think that's how it was. You got to entertain the people. Boy, they thought that was a good show. As the rats eat through your...
Think about it. That
takes forever, too. Forever.
I mean, we've talked about the crucifixion before and how that works, right? But the rat torture, this is like a whole nother vibe of like...
They had a lot, yeah. They did a lot of. I don't even understand how you could be so depraved, but I guess hey,
it would disembowel people too.
Yeah, while you're alive, they would Braveheart style eviscerate. Call it evisceration. Your guts, get your guts out. I don't know what they play with them or what, and the crowd cheers. Here's his liver, and you're like ah.
Oh, because you're still kicking.
It's a dirty game. I don't know how long it takes you to die while you're getting a while. It takes a while to die. See, if they keep the organs intact and they just cut you open and you live a long time.
I guess to be a part of the torture department
is better than being tortured.
Yeah.
I guess that's what it is. If I get part of the torture, then I'll never be tortured.
I feel like if you and I were in the torture department,
we come up with some good stuff.
It'd be pretty cool.
Creative meeting time.
Yeah. Like, it'd be fun.
Get some
rats. It'd be really gross, but it'd be fun.
Oh, and you heat up the cage.
Gotta heat up the cage.
You gotta heat up the cage. There's one where they would take you and they'd sit you down and they'd put you in these like metal boots and they'd put coals in the boots and they'd start a fire.
That's pretty good.
And they'd cook your feet and it'd take like days.
That's good.
Can you imagine the pain of getting your feet slow roasted like a pig on a spit for like, you're not going to die.
Yeah, think about how bad your feet hurt when like you just step on hot pavement. Just hot asphalt for like 2 seconds. You're like,
when you step on a Lego.
Yeah.
Boy, get your feet cooked off. It's gotta hurt. You'd be like, kill me. kill me.
And the smell of the burning flesh just coming up from your, it's from your feet. That's a bad one. What about the, I saw this one too. It's almost like a coffin, right? The nails are real super close to you, so you just can't move at all. It's just, you're just in there, and I think you're just there until you die, right? I think you just
because you're gonna move. You're gonna eventually
and you're gonna
freak
get,
out. You're gonna
ow.
eventually you're gonna freak out. Oh,
You get your eye poked out, something. Man, medieval torture.
there was no Lord of the Rings trilogy. There's nothing to do. There's no books.
All right,
There's
forgive
no
me.
magazines. There's no iPhones. There's no movies. There's nothing to do but watch people get tortured.
What time period was considered medieval? I mean, was this? Forgive me, I really don't know. I didn't think about it, but is this before Christ, after Christ? What are we talking?
We usually do a thing with Donna that Donna don't know dates, so we do a little contest.
Well, Maddie don't know dates
so
either.
we can have a contest between you and Donna on who. Medieval times, I believe, would have been around between the 14 and the 1600s.
Okay, so
More like the 14 to 1500s, I believe.
what else was going on in those times? I mean, think about it. They had pretty good. If that's I know that's obviously not the original equipment, but even if they could fashion something like that, that's pretty inventive. They had some pretty good craftsmanship,
I guess,
so to speak.
I mean, they were able to make things out of metal. Or I guess it could be a wire cage. It could made
that powder coated.
Could made out of sticks. A stick could be made because then you couldn't heat it though.
That's true.
And you
Then it
couldn't
just
heat
becomes
it.
Kindle.
I think they had. See, they got chains. Yeah, so they'd figured out that shit in the Middle Ages. They could make suits of armor and chains.
Yeah, think about it. A suit of armor is pretty intense. I would have had to walk around there in a suit of armor all the time because you never knew when somebody's gonna, hem you up on something. Next thing you know, sitting in a torture device.
Yeah, we've talked about this on the other show. It's like you could get away with how easy is it to get away with murder?
Whoa!
In the medieval times.
Oh,
there's no CSI. Guys in the castle. They don't know nothing.
Was it you? No. Okay.
There you go. It's done, and you could just kill people. Like in the Old West, you kill Farmer Bob, and and it takes 4 days for the sheriff to ride up. And he's like, "What happened here?" And you're like, "He tried to kill me, so I killed Farmer Bob." Okay, and he rides away.
See you
right?
later.
Isn't that how it goes? How do they prove anything?
That's true. Yeah, there was
Yeah.
a lot of cold case files in medieval times.
They're just like no cold cases. He's like, "What happened?" I don't know. Couldn't figure that one out.
Whenever you said medieval times earlier, it just made me think of the restaurant, and I'm going, man, imagine if that was like while you were eating, they're like, we're gonna torture some folks while you enjoy a pleasant meal and a chicken leg.
The scary thing is that place would be packed.
I would be packed.
It would be packed with a bunch of people who wanted to see people get
Instead
tortured.
of your bullshit jousting, like you actually had like some real action.
Hey, we got a holdover from last show. This guy's still getting his heart eaten by rats. People are like, more mead.
Did you ever go to medieval times?
No, I never did. Did you?
No.
Rats. That's not my thing. I'm not really. I went to one medieval. What do they call them?
The Renaissance Festival? I went to that too. I think that's why I never went to medieval times. I was forced to sit through a Renaissance Festival.
And I did it. We took our granddaughter. Thought maybe she'd like the Renaissance. So sucked so much. It sucked. It's like a jobber medieval times.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing there. It's like you're going back to a part of history that really sucked. It's like the suckiest time ever.
Everybody's torturing each other and starving,
working in the fields,
famine,
unclean, no hygiene, no entertainment.
Would you like to revisit this era?
No.
Come along for a journey. Make your own candle.
I was so happy to get out of that place. It was miserable.
There's a park that one of my family members lives close to, and all the LARPers meet up there.
Oh, boy.
It is the LARPing park. So it's just LARPing assholes.
How many LARPers do they get?
Oh, bro, 50, 70.
Wow, they still do. I thought LARPing was like 10, 15 years ago.
Not
Still
only do they
LARPing.
still do it, they have, I mean, they have full-on games, full-on experiences or whatever you call them, where you got, you know, loved ones, I don't know, weirdos, whatever, pulling out the fold-out chairs. You got coolers because they take breaks.
Yeah, it's a whole
cool down
deal.
with the nice water, and they get
maybe
out
they're
there
out
and,
doing something.
well, that's the part of it where I'm going, these guys, I can't relate to whatever's happening here. I can't relate to. But at the same time, I got to respect the fact that they're outdoors
Doing
and
it,
they're enjoying it. Like whatever it is that they are into, they are liking it. You have to respect that.
You kind of do. It seems pretty preposterous.
Totally.
I think it's the stupidest shit ever. But if it floats your boat, we're not going. We'll make fun of you.
Oh,
Make fun of you, but we're not. The Renaissance Festival. Never again. Never again.
The winches, what do they call them?
The wenches. Yeah.
Winches. And then they would have like hair braiding. They would have
What kind of stupid stuff do they have?
They also had. I remember when I was there, they do like a couples thing where you hold hands and you dip them in wax, and then the wax molds around so you have a couple's hand.
How much is that?
Too much. I don't remember,
much.
but
You care for a dusty turkey leg.
that's right. The turkey legs. Yeah. It's not even good fare. Like carny food was at least
Hey, give me a corn dog.
Like
all day
fried.
long. Give me a corn dog.
Renaissance food is just like skin. You want skin?
I don't want turkey skin.
Have some more turkey
Have
skin.
Some rubbery turkey skin covered in soot.
It's a giant piece of turkey.
It's a big ass turkey.
Yeah.
And then you get just walking around eating a turkey leg. You're just like,
And people had those big glasses. What is the Stein?
Stein.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't imagine how much that beer was. I don't think I spent too much. I think I looked at all the prices like, Jesus Christ.
I'll have the Grolsch
in a Stein
and a Stein
for
please.
$11.99 at the Renaissance Festival. Somebody shoot me.
That's a poor man's carny.
It's terrible.
Is somebody working at the Renaissance Festival?
To me, it was just it's a tragic comedy. I just look at these people. Go, you travel around doing this. How much money are you making?
Then we're definitely looking at it wrong. We need to go. This is that's one of those things where we're
missing
we
it.
gotta
We're
flip
missing
it.
it. We got to flip it.
We got to flip it and go, this might be the greatest thing of all time. The Renaissance Festival's coming up. We need to clear our calendars and make a day
Get
of
some
it.
footage. Get some footage.
Yeah,
And get our
'cause-
asses kicked
Maybe so.
for
but,
heckling the sword swallower.
but the fact that you can go there and people watch and you know it's going to good people watching, like there's no doubt.
Because people who are really into the Renaissance Festival are really
Really into it.
easy to make fun of, too.
Like I would rather go, okay, would you rather go to a Renaissance Festival or one of those cosplay Comic-Con looking things?
Cosplay Comic-Con is indoors and air conditioning, so I'm going there.
Well, let's say it was all outdoors.
Oh,
Let's make it all even.
there's nothing to do at a Comic-Con other than, it's just a big mark out to comics.
Lorenzo
fest, right?
Lamas, is that you?
Yeah, I don't want to have go listen to a panel of the SpongeBob people. I just, I don't know. I'm not. That's not my deal. I wouldn't want to go. So I guess I'd go to the goddamn Renaissance
I think I
Festival.
would, too.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah.
I swore I'd never go again. $2. Subscribe for 50. I can't read it. I think it's 58. I think it's 58. Thank you, $2. Also, Lady Stephosaurus, how many months we got here? 50 months. Yeah, 58 for $2 and 50 for Lady Stephosaurus. Thank you very much.
Hey, when is the next hang that I'm not going to be invited to? When is
I will make sure not to invite you. Usually we do it late. No, I think last time we did it mid-November.
Mid-November,
because the place we do it has an outdoor patio, and we don't want it to be all nasty and hot.
Right.
So we wait for it to be cool.
Okay. I was just curious because I was looking at the dates of when we started doing the hang, And I'm going, whoa, we've been doing this for a minute. And time flies.
I'm probably like 9 or 10 months, right?
Yeah.
9 or 10 months.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Time is, it's already almost half over. 2024 is already half over. It's, what is going on?
It's bananas, dude.
Trey says it's not global warming.
Okay.
We're getting closer to the sun, so the days are faster. And it's hotter.
Trace logic. I can appreciate that.
He's right about a lot of stuff. He spends a lot of time on his YouTube conspiratory algorithm.
Yeah, look, once you get looped in, dude, it's hard to look away from those conspiracies.
Did you see what's the guy's name from Empire? Do you know his name? He's all
Empire. Terrence Howard.
All that stuff on Terrence Howard.
I did. I listened
Did you listen to some of his stuff?
I listened to about the first 45 minutes of it, and then it was honestly, I don't know if it was crazy or not. I'm admittedly just not smart enough to figure out what he was talking about. So therefore I had to tune out because I'm going, all right, I need to listen to something funny. Like I was just like, okay, on to the next one, right? No offense to him, no slight on him or his theories. I just don't know what's right or wrong.
But he's either like an Einsteinian genius, or he's somewhat insane and able to rattle off nonsense in a very believable fashion.
And I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not smart enough to, because I listened to a lot of it and I was like, the gravity thing, because it's fascinating.
Yep.
Because Trace always says it. He's like, they don't know what gravity is. They have this theory, but they have no idea what gravity really is and what makes it and why it's here. And Terrence Howard is going, here, I'm disproving gravity. And it was like, wow, that's interesting. But I don't know. I wasn't smart enough to figure it out. I was like, I don't know. I have no idea what he said.
See, that's interesting. Again, you and I were on the, like, totally different, but totally the same in regards to the thought process of listening to it and our takeaways of it. I don't know. I mean, I did see some like reactions of people going, oh, he's correct, and here's why, like, you know, and then the really smart people jump in.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe, and I go, oh, okay, well, cool. So he doesn't look like a complete dummy, because, you know, for him to do that and go on Rogan and talk about this for 3 hours or whatever, really is either a career-defining moment or a career-ending moment for him. Like, because he could get laughed out of the room, or, you know, like, it's a ballsy move. If you don't know what you're talking about.
And I don't think he cares.
Yeah.
At this point, he probably made plenty of money doing Empire and whatever he's been doing. And he was interviewed just a few weeks before Rogan. Did you see that one? Wearing this ridiculous wig?
No.
It was a ridiculous wig that he I think they said he wore it because he knew that nobody would care about the interview. But now that he wore
that's
this,
awesome.
He wore this ridiculous wig, they would. So maybe he's a. Let's see. I'm going to say Terrence. How do you say Terrence Howard wig?
Wig.
I bet it comes right up. No. Are you shitting me? How does that not come up?
How'd you like to be one of the women that pops up when you type in Terrence Howard wig and you're a chick that pops up?
How would that not pop up? Oh, well, whatever. It was a ridiculous. It was a wig that you, like just preposterous. It was obviously like a female. I can't describe it, and I'm mad that I can't find it.
Well, the part that's you know, I don't know, weird to me is the fact that I don't like the people that go, oh, he's just an actor. Like what? Like why does somebody just have to be this or just have to be that? Right? You can do other stuff, right? You can have multiple interests. You can be smart in one thing. You can have a lot going on. Doesn't mean you're just because you're an actor doesn't mean you should discount their learnings or their teachings. Now, with that, I also see actors that I would prefer just to be quiet.
Shut the fuck up, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a tough one for me because if you get an actor who's making some trite blanket statement about climate change and they don't really know it or study it or anything about it, and they live their life doing the direct opposite, that's where it gets annoying. But if you're Terrence Howard, at least look, whether you're right or wrong, at least you're well read on the subject. Like, at least you're
I think he's-
attempting to be a subject matter expert on this, whatever that is.
I think he spent like 3 years trying to figure this out or something. He dedicated his life to it. And like you were saying, well, maybe you could have a super genius IQ and a mind that was far superior to 95% of the population, but you weren't really interested in being a scientist.
Yeah.
Right? You wanted to be an actor. So he could be just a genius who didn't want to be a scientist.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. I can see that.
Hey.
I'd rather be an actor than a scientist, even if I was super duper smart.
Well, yeah, and it is just a weird thing that people think that you can only be this. Like, you can't do that. You're only this. Like, I don't really, I don't know.
Terrence Howard. I don't remember knowing him from anything other than Empire. I guess he's been around for a long time.
Iron Man.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I missed. That's kind of when I stopped watching movies, was right around the Iron Man thing. Iron Man is supposed to be a good movie.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Pretty good.
I
I might check it out.
It's worth a peek.
Terrence says so. He made some big bucks on Empire, made big bucks on Iron Man.
He did.
So he's probably set.
He did. He made terrible money on, I think it was Hustle and Flow. That was one of his first roles or something. He did an interview with a news station back in the day, and for some reason he just offered up this information about what he got paid for, I think it was that particular role.
Yeah.
And it was terrible. Like, and it won all these awards and grossed X amount at the box office. And they
have
gave
points,
him,
man. He
dude,
didn't have the points.
Yeah, they gave him a bad deal apparently. But
you're coming up and comer. You're like, sure,
yeah,
I'll do this for whatever, and then you're like, oh, damn it.
Yeah, Iron Man's worth a peek. I mean, look, if Iron Man is on or any one of the John Wick movies are on, I'm going John Wick. I like that whole blood and guts thing going on.
John Wick, that's
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. I've heard a lot of good things about.
You've
Keanu
never
Reeves.
seen a John Wick?
I've never seen a John Wick. Is it that the title, John Wick?
Yeah,
I feel really out of touch.
There's John Wick, and then there's Chapter 2, and then there's Parabellum. There's like 3 or 4 John Wicks. They're all pretty much mirrored in just an obscene amount of death. And the whole point is it's not even. It's so much death, it's unbelievable. So you really just got to suspend that from your mind and go take it for what it is. It's just a violent movie with a lot of blood. I think in like the first one he kills like 179 people. Like, it's something crazy, but it's fun. But yeah,
what is he a secret agent? What is he?
He's a hitman.
Hitman.
Yeah, and they killed his dog. And they stole his car and they killed his dog. And that's literally what the movie's based on. He comes out of retirement and goes bananas.
He kills hundreds of people.
That's correct.
To avenge his dog's
That's literally like where it starts.
Don't kill my dog.
He loved the dog.
I used to always hate that when I'd see like a horror movie and I'd see a dog and I'd be like, oh no, because the dog's going to die.
Yeah.
They're going to let Fluffy out and Fluffy's going to get her throat sliced. And that's the first indication that there's a serial killer around.
Yep. That, or they would do that move in the movie where they would, they'd show the dog and then they would pan away and you'd hear, and then you'd hear, and you just know, but they, you can't show them stomping a dog, but that's
or the black guy. Back in the day, now they've changed. We've come a long way. Back in the day, the black guy first to go every time.
Why was that ever the case to begin with?
Because back in racist America, you didn't care about the black character. You couldn't wait for him to be gone.
Really?
Not me.
But horror movies, you're talking, these were 70s movies, 80s movies, like the
70s maybe started.
That's what I mean. Like, that seems like the trajectory was kind of strange.
You're thinking like a 50s, should be in the 50s.
I mean,
look, okay, I think maybe we talked about this before. Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah,
and they had the black character on there, and that was probably right around the early 70s.
Okay.
And he was total token. If there was somebody going to die, he's going to die because he's the token. So they had the token thing went on for a long ass time.
That's what I'm saying. And then the token thing should have stopped prior to when it did.
It takes a long. It's just the sad thing.
How weird is it the directors were just all in on it, going, yeah, we're following this formula.
Nobody wants to be. Nobody wants to. You're a director, and you're like, I'm gonna make one of my leading guys black, and I'm gonna be a groundbreaker. And your film flops because still racist white America doesn't want to see it. You're not gonna take that risk. So they still had the tokens for quite a while.
I used to like those old horror movies that would just have the gratuitous nudity of the women at the beginning of it. Like there was
Do
one.
they still do that? I don't know if they do.
That's what I mean,
I don't know if they
like-
do the gratuitous nudity anymore.
I think that's on the outs too. Like there was one. It was about I remember I had it on. I think it was VHS at the time. It was about this big blob. It was just a blob in a lake, and the blob would kill you.
It's the Blob, yeah.
Whatever
the
it
worst,
was.
The worst villain ever.
Yeah, just it was a floating blob in the middle of the water, and it just went around and got
blobbed
people.
you.
Blob, yeah.
Blobbed you.
You got maggot.
Yeah, maggot.
But for some reason, here I am watching this thing, 11, 12 years old, whatever, and there's these hot chicks that just decide that they're at the lake. Why not get topless, right? Because that's what most girls do when they're together, right?
Let's get topless. Let's get topless, gals.
Right? And then the
Maybe-
blob gets them.
Last time you were over swimming with me, I was like, let's get bottomless, man. Just guy stuff. Let's get bottomless.
I don't know any girls in my life that were like, hey, I mean, let's go topless together. Like, is that
Doesn't
a thing?
happen.
It doesn't happen, right?
Doesn't
It's just a
happen.
fantasy.
No.
So
It used to be a big thing. I can remember Animal House was a huge movie back when I was growing up, and it was hugely successful. And there's a couple scenes in there that are just like they're just there, so you could have 90 seconds of tits on the screen. And I don't know if they do that. And as a 14-year-old boy, it's like, yeah, that's awesome. But I don't know if they do that anymore. It's kind of a hashtag Me Too kind of deal. They can have sex scenes that make sense, I guess, in serious movies. But the comedies where the girls all of a sudden
Yeah.
I don't know if they do that anymore.
I was watching.
I don't know. I guess it's a good thing that women aren't objectified.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody's getting Me Too'd. There was a show on HBO Max called Hacks I was watching. It's about a comedian show, whatever, and it's pretty good, right? And one of the characters in it's a lesbian, and she's got a girlfriend, and they break up, and they get back together, and blah 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 blah. And then not nudity in the show at all, right? Just wasn't nudity. All of a sudden, the start of an episode just has them topless in the shower together, and and then they're making out. I'm going, all right. I mean, it's fine. It's okay. I'm cool with that, whatever. But even I'm going, that wasn't necessary. Like it didn't even play a role in the storyline at all. It's just like you said. It's
Maybe
so they
maybe
still
the rating,
have
maybe
a little
the rating,
gratuitous
the
nudity.
ratings were down, and they're like, we got to do something. Top of the shower scene immediately.
I don't know. Whole thing. Yeah. I don't go to the movies anymore, so I haven't.
It's been a while.
I don't know what
It's been
they're
a
doing.
while. I mean, the theater down the street.
Yep.
I can't even think of what the name of it is. I think they closed it for a while, and then they reopened it again. And I haven't been back since it closed and reopened. They put a comedy club in there. Tracy's been a couple times. It's like Side Splitters Wesley Chapel.
Okay.
And he says it's kind of weird because they still got the theater seats.
Oh, that's
And you're watching a comedy show, which is fine when you go to see Chris Rock, but when you go to see Joe Jabroni at Side Splitters, you want a table and some drinks. That's a comedy club atmosphere.
You got to get liquored up
You gotta get
to
liquored
laugh
to
at some of
laugh.
these folks.
I can't figure. I've been to Side Splitters in Tampa probably 7 or 8 times, and I always have a great time. And no matter what the comedian is, I've never seen a bad comedian at Side Splitters, and they're all mostly no names. Or am I just really drunk and high? But I can watch drunk and high people on the couch and go, "This guy fucking sucks." Or is it just the comedy club atmosphere?
It is. It's always better to see it
Everybody's
live.
laughing around
Yeah.
you, and you laugh. I don't know.
I went to see Gilbert Gottfried at Side Splitters. Dude, he was so great. To me, he was like hilarious. And I was like, I have to see, like looking at him, you know that he didn't have much time left just based on
Yeah.
the way he looked, like his build. You're just going,
He looked like that though 20 years ago.
I know. I was like, I got to catch this guy before it's too late.
How old was he? He wasn't that old, was he? Was he? I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. But either way, he was great. He did 15 minutes with plates, 2 paper plates and duct tape, just making just out of line jokes, and it was hilarious to me.
So he was born in 55, which would have made him 68 if he was alive today. So he didn't live that long. Do you think he got tired of doing this? Do you think you get tired of doing your entire do you think that gets old? And I just want to tell some jokes. No, or is that his natural persona?
Would it be like that was kind of his it was very much like Macho Man.
It was his natural yeah,
like
it was when he came in the studio. Don't yawn. No, dig it. He was him.
I think it's more him than not him. Same with Gilbert Gottfried. Like
I'm trying to think if I ever saw Gilbert Gottfried not talk like that.
I couldn't.
Like in an interview, is there an interview with Gilbert Gottfried?
I've heard him talk a little.
Talk normal.
No, that was him. I've heard his voice not be quite so pitchy.
Yeah,
but that was him, and his personality. He was a quirky one.
How much do you think he made on those Aflac commercials, man?
A ton, but he burned it all. Remember? Well, not
did he burn it all?
No, I mean that in the sense of he saved every dollar he made.
Yeah.
So he was good with his money. I mean, burned it as far as like burn the bridge because he did like a racist joke or something like that. And Aflac was like, "Well, can't use you anymore."
I wish I remember what that joke was.
Whatever.
It wasn't anything that bad, I don't think.
No, and then didn't they find like a poor man's Gilbert Gottfried?
Yeah, they still do it. They're still doing
Aflac.
Aflac. Yeah, I should have applied for that gig.
Yeah.
Is any of these stories? We got the Terry Bollea lies. Post by Texas on X.
Yeah, do that one. I don't even know
Diddy
what that one
remix. Funniest clip I've seen in a while. Prank just. Okay.
Oh.
Should I read it or not read it?
No. I mean, you can read it. It's just this. Yeah.
Oh, I saw this one.
Oh, okay.
Husband tries pranking his wife, telling her that he just got hit on. He told the girl, "I'm sorry, but I'm married." Big mistake. Prank fail. Yeah, I saw this one.
Babe, guess what just happened?
You ready to go? What? Why are you recording?
Because...
What did you do?
I didn't do anything, so I was just waiting to pay for my food.
Okay.
And this lady came up to me and said that she thought my eyes were beautiful and asked if I was single.
Oh my gosh. What did you say?
I said, I'm sorry, I'm married.
So you're sorry that you're married?
No, I was just saying like...
This is so classic.
I thought he said the right thing. I'm sorry, I'm married.
Convenience to you to be married?
I was just telling her that I was married.
Would you have gone with her if you weren't married? If you were single, you're just so sorry for yourself to be married? Did you tell her about your sleep apnea? Did you tell her about your obstructive sleep apnea? Did you tell her, oh, by the way, if you go to bed with me, I'm going to be like... While we sleep, you're gonna hear that all freaking night long, and then
he does have dreamy eyes.
They are beautiful eyes.
If I wear my mask, which is far and few between, you'll just hear the all freaking night. Did you tell her about that? Did you tell her that it takes you 2 hours to use the bathroom? Did you tell her that you don't remember any place you set down any belonging of yours ever? You can be like, babe, where's my shoes? And you just took them off, and you'll still be like, babe, where's my shoes? I don't know. I don't remember the last time I wore them. Let me go check. Did you tell her that?
I didn't.
Did you tell her all these fucking things about you? Go back. Which one is she?
I didn't tell her any.
Oh, poor guy. This is... It happens.
You see, the thing is with the internet, I'm thinking, is this even real? Is this a big setup? Is it fake?
It could totally be fake.
She was sure had all that shit ready.
It's real to me, damn it.
I'm sorry, I'm married. I'm sorry.
Isn't it weird though how dudes do it too all the time, where they take stuff wrong or they ingest it wrong. This is the same thing, but women, it happens.
Bitches be cray.
Yes.
Bitches be cray.
That's a good way of putting it.
But where would we be without the bitches? Bitches. You can't live with them. You can't live without them. You out there, babe? I was talking about bitches being cray. I said, bitches, you can't live with them. You can't live without them.
And he also said, I'm sorry, I'm married.
No, I didn't say that. Didn't say that. See, now he's drinking me. I say she gonna go just like that woman in the video. She got 18 things on me.
What's the most what's annoying? Come on.
Did you tell him about?
What does Mike do that's annoying to you? Does he have sleep apnea?
Do you want to sit down and say anything?
Come on.
No.
I'm not getting into that.
Let it
Oh,
rip.
see, I got a good woman there. See, look.
I wasn't down here though. I just came out of
I could have got away with it. See what a good woman I got. She's not even gonna trash me.
Go back and listen to the way she said, yeah. Babe, you out there? Yep. Yep. You got to tiptoe around chicks.
It was just our 41st anniversary yesterday.
Congratulations.
Thank
Right? I
you.
should say happy anniversary.
Thank you. That's a long ass time.
I'm sorry. I'm married.
41 years.
41
years. That's crazy.
How many together?
Oh, 43 maybe.
Okay, so
Maybe
you guys dated
43.
for 2 before you...
I mean, we moved in pretty quick together, so we lived together for... I think we were 81. We met in 81. We got married in 83. So, yeah, 2 years and then marriage.
We
just knew we were made for each other.
At the height of the Coke era, we're like, woo, let's get married.
Let's get married. I'm 23. You're 21.
Babe.
Prime partying time.
Let's get married.
Let's lock this down. We had a lot of
You know
time.
what we should do? We should get married. When did you stop partying? I don't mean
That's
that.
a
I
good-
mean
no.
like from. I'm not talking about drugs. I mean like in general. When did you,
like
as a couple,
partying hard, like still partying?
Like partying hard? Like was it after you married? And did you guys both like look at each other one day and go, I don't think we should party like this anymore? Like, was there ever like a year or
no? I mean, there was never a concerted effort to not party.
You're here to party,
but we partied definitely. When we had kids, you'd
still party.
We didn't go out as much as. I mean, I was in the band when I was 28, 29, and we'd been married for a while, and we partied then. And then we had kids, and we would go over to our sister's house with all the three little, 1-year-old and 3-year-old. We put them to sleep on the floor in a bedroom.
And go party?
No, we'd just stay there and party.
Okay.
We'd stay, party till 3 o'clock in the morning, and then Donna would drunk drive us home because she's a much better drunk driver.
So where were the kids? Right.
I think we took them out. Yeah, she may be right. She may have just left them there and come back. See,
If you need us, we'll be partying.
I mean, if you're gonna get a DUI, you might as well do it without your kids.
That's true.
So probably then I was softball and a softball team. Probably late 30s, I started partying and started to tone down, but we still have parties here.
Yeah,
we still do. I'm at the point. I'm not really into getting smashed anymore.
Yeah,
I finally got to the point of getting smashed. The next, the night. The puking, the hangover. I'm not too crazy about getting blackout.
And now it's
drunk
more
anymore.
about. Now it's more. I would imagine it's more about just like being around people you enjoy or can have a conversation with, and them not be like have a stick up their ass, right? Like
yeah, we have very few people that don't have sticks up their ass.
Yeah, it's like, do you get me? Because if you don't get me, you might as well leave.
We have family over.
Ah, okay.
And then like 1 or 2 people. That's about it.
Yeah.
No, nobody can tolerate. I can't tolerate anybody else, and they can't tolerate me.
You seem completely tolerable.
I would
in a
think.
social setting, particularly. Maybe
but
if
the
I was married
average-
to you for 41 years, maybe I'd be a little like whatever. But in a social setting, you seem completely.
But my sense of humor, I think the average person can't deal with. The average jobber person is not going to like my sense of humor.
So that's
and
why
and my opinions as well. Like, I don't really have any problem expressing my fucking opinions.
And if you're coming over to my home, I will certainly
express them. My Halloween party, my costume will offend the hell out of you.
What would you like? Have you ever? It would be great, or if you've ever been to somebody's house where like you walk in and they've got like political posters, or just as a rib, if you were to have like hardcore Democrat people you invited over, but then you just as a joke put pictures of Trump up or something like that, just to incite some sort of. That to me would be a fun. That's fun to me, right?
It's a good rib.
Yeah.
It's like if you are so uptight politically that you're going to get mad at my whatever I'm doing to rib you, tough shit. Tough shit.
I did see a flag on North Florida Avenue here locally or something like that. Big flag. And I was like, I don't even know what this flag means. And it's like a rainbow flag upside down, but it's also like black and white. It has it all. It had the entire. It was running the gamut, bro. And I go, I don't know what this. Okay, I know what a rainbow flag. I know what the.
Yeah.
This is them all melded together into one.
Maybe that's the new flag. There's so many different things. It's now the LGBTQAI plus.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. The plus is all those other colors, Matt. The plus.
It's smart of them to add a plus.
There's a lot more letters. So many letters. It goes on forever. This is just a plus.
Betsy Ross is like, you want me to sew this now? What?
Betsy Ross would have got up and walked out of the room.
Look, man, I wanted a nice, simple pattern. Keeping it easy.
Oh, the founding fathers are turning in their graves. Those slave owners are turning in their graves right now.
Why couldn't they just keep it simple? Download us. Give us a like.
Give us a like. Check us out on YouTube. Check it and coming up in a matter of minutes is the Hang OT, only available on ClusterFshow.com VIP section. Also available on ClusterFshow.com VIP is my new segment called 1000% Lies, where I analyze Bubba footage.
Can I have a password to your website? I don't.
I'll go have Donna jump through all the hoops and figure out how we can give you a sub.
That's hilarious.
It's so great because I just stumbled upon it a few weeks ago. It's like I can just listen to like 8 seconds of him talking, and then I can go on for half an hour. So it's just.
Well, you told me you did one, so you actually did another one?
I did another one.
I mean, there is endless material.
It's just endless material, just everything he says, and then it sparks the memories, and it also sparks how you're like thinking back and re-examining things under a different lens, going, "Oh, why was I so stupid? How did I not know that it was complete bullshit? I was just Johnny Team Rah-Rah. That's what you get for being a team player.
You were blinded with bullshit.
I was totally blinded with bullshit."
I'll have to check that out.
I wonder what Hatley's doing nowadays.
Imagine
is he still? I mean,
got to be in a cuck chair somewhere, right?
How much can you make cucking it up with your wife, and how long can you make it? Especially if you're not attractive people. Is that a segment? Unattractive cucks?
Only ghouls.
I think we have stumbled upon something. Another. We've got our second single wides for single moms and only ghouls. Brent Hatley, top 10 on only ghouls. His wife kvetches the entire time she's getting railed. She gets angry at the black guy who's banging her. Gets very abrasive and angry. People love it. And Brent sits there and puts everybody over. Oh, yeah, your dog's so big. Oh, yeah, put it to my wife with your big black dog.
Just sitting there soft.
In the cuck chair.
Oh.
Is he still cucking it up?
I honestly don't know.
I quit following, any of that stuff. Sketchy Press, this guy Sketchy Press with a K. I think he's the one who sent me the image of. I mean, it's like seared into my brain.
Dude, Sketchy Press rules.
Seared into my brain. Sketchy Press with Brent Hatley laying spread eagle on the bed, jacking it on Twitter or wherever it was or whatever. And I was just like aghast. I'm just like, oh my God. Weren't you working for Stern 2 years ago? You're stroking it. Filming yourself.
On Only Ghouls.
On Only Ghouls. Top 5 on Only Ghouls, not to be sneezed at.
I don't understand the whole for real, the OnlyFans thing, and not taken away from the cuck situation at all. I'm just meaning in general. There's all these people, well, not all these people that are making money, but there's a lot of people that are making money on this, right? But I don't know anybody that subscribes. I get it. The argument is that, that you probably do, and people don't tell you that they're subscribing, right? Nobody wants to maybe admit that they're a subscriber to something because it makes them look like a fucking loser. Maybe that's the case. But I genuinely don't think I have many people in my life that subscribe to these OnlyFans things.
That's a good thing.
It's a great thing, right? Like I agree with you. I think that's a good thing that I'm not surrounded with a bunch of OnlyFans subscribers. But I don't know any. Like, is there a lot of is there anybody
No,
that's a subscriber to an OnlyFans?
I don't know if anybody would.
That's the problem. Finding somebody who would admit to it.
I really don't think I hang out with a lot of people who are OnlyFans fans.
Yeah, like I don't know how badly do you want to see Cardi B naked or whatever for $20 a month? Or, like, to me, that just seems like a real waste of, I don't know, of everything. All of it.
So don't you think that people like Cardi B, anybody famous, and a lot of famous women have OnlyFans now because it's easy cash.
Right.
If you're a big star, like I wasn't really into Sopranos, but some woman on The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Which how long since The Sopranos is over?
15 years.
And I don't really know this woman. I haven't seen her in anything. Maybe I'm sure she's somewhat famous. She was on The Sopranos. She got an OnlyFans, and she started making millions of dollars. What's that bitch's name? How about that? Not the How About That, but Catch Me Outside, girl.
Oh, Bad Bob.
She made like tens of millions of dollars.
Killing it.
Those girls are all hogging up all the OnlyFans money.
But
right? Don't you think?
But I would think so, but I also don't know anybody who's like, why would you be interested in seeing Bad Bobby, Catch Me Outside girl? Like, what is she doing that's so spectacular that you have to pay for that you could not just go access regular adult content and get your fix?
I got your answer, buddy.
Please.
Who was the guy, Mr. Skin? What do people love more? What do men love more than naked women? Naked famous women. Right?
Okay.
Naked famous women. The guy became rich with his own Mr. Skin, telling you exactly where you could go see naked famous women.
Yeah, but that was also at a time
where you couldn't get it. But okay, you got. I'm gonna go on the internet. I'm a guy who likes to go to OnlyFans. I want to go see some naked people on the internet. Am I going to go see Jane Doe or Cardi B? Or
I don't know. I would rather see Jane Doe.
Well, it's because you're a weirdo who's into the amateur kind of deal.
I'm going. If you need me, I'll be on Only Ghouls.
It's hot. It's hot. Only Ghouls.
So hot. I look at her
there.
Pale and pasty.
Oh, it's really pasty too. It's pasty and bitchy. He's pasty and she's bitchy. Man, when they did their Twitch channel, it was so great. They would both be drunk, and then they're just arguing with their haters. They'd be like standing in front of a green screen, and she'd be going, "Fuck you, you did," and he'd be going,
Dude,
such a train wreck.
It was a train wreck.
Ultimate train wreck.
Like, at least this right here is just a hang. Like,
it's a hang.
Like, I would never slap you on the. I'm not gonna walk over and slap you and tell you like that's not. I don't know how you would do that with your. I don't know the whole thing. It was a train wreck, wasn't it?
It was a train wreck.
It's bad.
It was great comedy to turn in and go, wow, this is your next move after Star. You couldn't parlay that into anything. You couldn't parlay that into. You were just on the Stern. Man, all his beggars and hangers on, Stern's guys that used to work for him, most of them can at least eke out a living doing all this bullshit. They're famous for life. You know, what's his name? Like Eric the midget. Was that the guy?
There's a ton of them in the whack pack.
He's still getting paid appearances. I think he died, but he was getting paid appearances for years after. It's like, hell, he couldn't make a dime.
Or is he killing it on Only Ghouls? We don't know.
I don't think he's killing it on Only Ghouls.
I mean, honestly, I hope he's not. If you want my true, honest opinion, I hope he's not killing it. You know. I want a lot of people to do well in life. I do. I genuinely do. Other people, not so much.
I don't. Yeah, I'm petty in that regard.
But that's also because the shots fired first. So that's where I have no. You know.
I don't wish some people well.
Yeah.
You know. Hey, if I heard some bad news about it, good. Kind of karmatic.
I've got 2 bottles that I are saving. For very special occasions, and there's a list of these occasions.
I can think of one.
Well, there's a few. Okay,
like the top 2. You were thinking, right? Or you have several things that could be. It's champagne
both.
Bottle opening.
So it's actually 3 people, and I've got a couple bottles, and there are several different scenarios that are now at any one of these scenarios on my bingo card play out.
It's pop worthy.
I'm popping a bottle. Yeah. You know, so
I can think of 2. Obviously, I'm trying to think of the third. Should I be able to figure out the third?
I don't know. What do you?
I had to brother. No, is that a no? Is that a brother? A no, brother.
That's pop worthy.
Pop worthy.
Yeah. There's something pop worthy.
Say it, pop worthy. Pop worthy, Cuddy.
Pop worthy. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not. I don't have a good memory.
I take it back. Maybe there's 4. But with that being said, the third is. I mean, you know, come on.
Oh.
Now,
see, I don't care enough about him. I don't care enough.
But here's the thing. I also know that this is where I don't have any delusions. Is I also know that I'm pop worthy, right? I also know that if something terrible were to happen,
I got a champagne bottle with your name on it.
Exactly. I know that there's going to be a few people that are go, let me break open that bottle. So it's mutual in that regard. It's just at this point in time, it's just a game of attrition.
Do you think you're justifiably pop worthy?
On some level, sure. Yeah. But I also think that these individuals are definitely justifiably pop worthy.
I have no problem agreeing with that.
Like I'm pop worthy, but I see them as being more pop worthy.
I agree with that.
You know,
I'll give you that.
That's where I guess I stand on it.
All right, we've just been going on and on.
Yeah,
and
sorry.
on.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, thanks for tuning in to The Hang. We're going to go head over to clusterfshow.com. Let me see who's hanging with us. Let me see who's sticking it out to the bitter end. VW Rick, Beaver Smell Like Tuna, Ned's Navy, AJ the Lingerer, E-Lab's in the house, Snook Man, Big Kahuna, Smoking Wads of DMT, Sean Raz in the house, Yada Mother Effer, Tucson Chick, Triple Edged Sword, Dog Log, Ned's Navy, Brian 2172. Let's see if I got it. I want a sub, please. Anybody ever give you a sub? I mean, with a name like that, how can you? He says, "Can I get a sub? Can we get? I want a sub, please. A sub." He's going the extra mile to get a sub.
Can't he buy a sub? How does that work?
Well, yeah, but how about a free sub for a guy who's named himself? Can I get a sub? And going in another direction in Brent's Nevada landed. Be bumpy as well. The Vampire Jeremy, Lady Stephosaurus. We'll see you tomorrow morning on Cluster F. And we're going to head over to ClusterFshow.com for a little hang OT. Thank you, Matt, for coming in.
Good to see you.
Killer JP, what's up? I want a sub, please. Jimmy from Beer City. All right, we're out of here. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Check out the hang OT on ClusterFshow.com.